I've listened to your podcast for a while and have learned quite a bit, actually. And I'm happily married, I think it says there. And caught this show in particular about partway through.
Mhm.
And it's really too bad, I only saw the one who had a really foul mouth, and absolutely agree that is totally not example of a traditional, well, obviously not a wife,
Mhm.
what it sounds like either, and really gives a very poor representation, especially if someone really doesn't have an example of a great woman in their life, and they think, well, just because someone says that they are that they are. And so I think it's good that you're calling it out.
Yeah, it needs to be said because guys are falling for the fake traditional conservative trap, right? You make them look pretty, you put a cross on their neck and say they're conventionally Christian, they love God sort of thing, they're cooking, but then they run their mouth like that. They just don't add up. The behaviors and the words just are not the same.
It really doesn't line up, and makes me cringe when I was hearing that language. I was like, I can't even, I've had a few bad days, and, my husband has heard a few blue streaks, not necessarily at him, but definitely when that's the front face that you're putting on, that does not align. So what do you think are some good women examples out there of, like you said, the traditional wife is not going to be on YouTube, is not going to be putting out videos. They are happily cooking, taking care of their family. So do we even have good examples out there that you can point to for men?
I mean, good wives aren't on the internet in their bathing suit, wearing next to nothing, cooking food, trying to get the attention of people. There was another one a few months back. I can't remember her name, but she was cooking a cake, and she was criticized because she's got enormous breasts, and she was wearing a very tightly fitted top with the obvious intent of front and center, hey, look at me. She's single, she's looking for a husband, sort of thing. For women specifically, is that what you're asking?
Well, since I assume most of your audience is guys, right?
Yeah.
So you're giving great examples out there of what not to look for. I think that, that's super helpful. Or do you think it's really intuitive to guys when they see the right woman, they're like, oh, that's what Rich has been talking about?
I think that you'll see them on the Ladies Night podcast because there's an even contrast between women that are wives and wife material and the ones that aren't. We see this time and time again when Moff and I, do the show. There's women that are like, yes, I am there to support, his mission. I'll get up early on a Saturday because he's got a golf game, and it's an important bunch of clients, and I'll cook him breakfast, and I'll clean up, and I'll send him off and make sure he's looked after and the house is clean when he gets back, because I don't want to go out in the workforce and work and make a guy rich and line his pocket with gold. I'd rather serve my man at home, sort of thing, and have his children and do stuff like that. But these women aren't really on the internet, so I think the best thing that guys can do is they can vet. Do you have sons?
I have a stepson, a grown stepson. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best thing that guys can do is they can understand what good looks like from bad. And essentially, if you stay away from bad, then you've got a better pool of good to sort of sort through, right? Like I'm more of a, vet for what is a problem rather than look for what's great, because great can come with problems too, because BPD women, they say that they're a lady on the street, but they can be a freak in the sheet. And that's how they kind of like mess with guys. So I think that vetting for bad behavior, red flags, will get rid of the trash, if you can put it that way, and the cream will rise to the top. I think for women, as a source of good information, probably someone like Suzanne Vanker seems to be pretty level-headed. She's written a few books. She does a short-form podcast. She basically says very similar sort of stuff, but more from like a wife's, sort of perspective. But she's got 2 adult grown children, and her message is very consistent. It's not there for attention or validation or anything like that.
Just a note on the BPD. I've heard you talk about it before, or at least mention it. And my mother was unofficially diagnosed. And if anyone thinks that is like a matchbox that they want to play with, like avoid it like the plague. Stay as far away as possible. Those people, and if you're BPD and you're hearing this, I'm calling you out. But I've had the blessing of someone actually tell me to my face that they're BPD. I'm like, thanks for the warning. God bless you. And I hope that, God can heal you. But she absolutely destroyed the family. And if you want your life torn apart in bits and pieces in ways you cannot imagine, get mixed in life with a BPD person.
Yeah, you want to ruin your life, marry a BPD woman for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Take care. Yeah, she'll she'll do all the right things. She'll convince you that other women have never seen you for your strong virtues and your moral character, and only she has seen it. Which is what gets guys. They're like, usually what they'll end up saying is, no other woman has gotten me before. But she gets me, like she understands me. And that's usually the first sign that you might have crazy on your hand. Watch it, watch the behavior versus the words, examine it, study it, but be slow with it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys are just rushing it. It's like the amount of dudes that I've had conversations with, and they're like, I just got married after 6 months because she just seemed to get me, sort of thing. But that's when it all went downhill. It's because you did not take your time. Let me see what Bobby's got for us here. Bobby, what's up?
How's it going, Rich?
Good. What do you got for me?
Oh, the BPD experience.
Oh, okay, fire away.
Mine was awesome for like 4 years. There were bits and pieces that probably came out that were overlooked because of all the good things that the chameleon that they portray, until they start going downhill and hating you for everything.
How did you miss the red flags for 4 years, though?
There weren't that many, other than I guess she tried to break up with me a couple times over stupid little things kind of in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But then other than that, I mean, like, she was great, wanted to be the stay-at-home mom and took care of the kids and did everything. And then the switch started to flip. The other red flag, well, I mean, she had the red flags from your book, but I didn't know those 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So
what
happened after
daddy
4
issues.
years?
It was after the second kid. I don't know if there was some postpartum that brought out the BPD in force.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everything was resentful. And I think I just put in the chat, we're getting ready, probably going to be going back to court again.
Mm-hmm.
It's about every year. I have to get a new lawyer every time because the other ones don't want to deal with her again.
Is she losing lawyers too? Like, are they firing her?
Oh no, she does. She gets either represents herself because nobody will do it for her for free.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to get pro bono lawyers.
Got it. Yeah,
her money's her money.
Mm-hmm. And your money's her money too.
Well, I should say my money, because she barely works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that sucks, but that's just par for the course when it comes to getting divorced from these kinds of women. They're not going to make it easy. They're the hardest ones to get out of a marriage from, and that's when you really see the true colors of who they are. Let me ask this question: how long did you wait before you started having kids, or like, did you guys get married officially?
No, we never got married.
Okay, so how long did you wait before you started having kids?
A year.
Just a year?
Yep.
And the crazy only showed up after the second kid.
Yeah, after she quit her job. She quit her job while she was pregnant, which ended up putting a huge financial strain on us. She ended up filing bankruptcy a couple years later.
You didn't see any of the red flags in the first 4 years?
I just thought she had a quick temper, because she would go from 0 to 100, but it would kind of come in a flash and then go.
Was she violent? Was she violent?
Later, after the second kid.
Okay.
Like, thinking back, like, I can think of one example where we were fighting and she left the room, went to a different room, but put herself in a corner and then claimed that I trapped her in the corner and she slapped me in the face because she was trapped. Like, I think it was calculated.
Did you get a DV on that?
No, I'm a guy. I don't call the cops for a slap in the face. It's hard.
I mean, like, stuff
put
like
put my kids through that.
Yeah. And you're not even done yet, because you haven't wrapped it up. And even then, like, once you wrap it up and you have a shared parenting plan or some sort of parenting agreement governing the arrangement, you've dealt with the assets. Until the kids are adults, you're still going to deal with crazy shit, from time to time. Even when they're adults,
I still am.
Even when they're adults,
she won't even
deal with it. Yeah,
she won't even follow the guidelines.
Yeah. Well, look, man, it's tough to untie that knot, but as a warning to the other guys, watch out for women with rage issues, with violent tendencies, even if they're not physically violent or they portray violent tendencies. Like rage, like inability to regulate your emotions, is basically a hissy fit, which is one of the red flags in that chapter in my book, right? So if they're throwing hissy fits or they're exhibiting rage, I mean, that's just not going to get better the closer and more intimate the relationship becomes, especially when you bring kids into the equation, because now she's got family law and all, like, it just convolutes the entire thing. It's like, why do you want to invite that chaos into your life when you can just avoid it and move on to a woman that's more balanced, sort of thing, or just not at all, if that's, your thing too, right? But anyway, anything else I can do to help you out, Bobby?
I was just going to say, like, you talking about red flags, like she never knew her dad. And I'm pretty sure her mom is the same way she is. It's kind of inherited.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch the behavior of the mom, especially what the mom looks like too. I said this on Twitter the other day and people lost their shit because I'm like, hey, before you get married, see what the mom's, see what her mom looks like. 'Cause she's going to look like that one day. People, women can't gain weight. I said, no, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just take a look at her, see what she's like. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here and pin down below in the top comment. You'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.